These times in the markets for Bitcoin and crypto have never happened before. So how can we be so sure what is coming next? I want to show you that in today's video. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if you are new. 3 out of 10 of you are new to the channel, and also hit the like button. More on those later. Let's kick it off with the short-term analysis before we dive headfirst into the macro across the globe and how this is all forming a major picture for Bitcoin and crypto leading into this final stage of the cycle. The moment, Bitcoin 57,700. This is our March signal. We are a day away from the 4-month mark now. 1 day away. We're at 119 days underneath the $74,000 top, and somewhere in this period, I think we'll start to see Bitcoin break past 64K, potentially even break into a new all-time high. Not getting too far ahead of ourselves because this year is an election year, but I still see things as very, very positive, as I'll show you in this video. Looking at the data, looking at the charts, nothing, well, not that much subjectivity. We want to bring in as much objectivity and sway the probabilities to our side of the ledger. So that's what we're looking at right now. So BTC, the safe waypoint is still roughly around the mid 60s, and that is just looking at the low to the top, splitting it in half, and that's $63,700. So that's where you want to see that price get to start to confirm that that low is in, and basically hold above that level to consolidate before it can get higher and test the $74,000. So in terms of the longer term charts, let's start with BTC and the money supply. It broke out in February, put in a high in March, and so far has continued to consolidate above the previous tops on a monthly closing basis. So not just the peaks themselves, but basically those monthly closes. You can see the price here is still sitting on top of those. Now, of course, there's 21 days to go in July now, but the idea here is that if it's going to show some strength, you'd probably want to see it remain above these levels for the majority of the closes. You can see at the low here, there was 2 closes that went underneath the support level and then quickly back above. And then with the consolidation that we saw back in 2023, it was above the previous old top of 2017. So it consolidated above that level and then took off again. So plenty of months to consolidate or to finish this pattern before another move to the upside. As you can see here, S&P 500 is up 18%, and I've said it does not pay to be fearful in a bull market. So the bull market is on. The fear began around here in April and continued up until yesterday, where it hit another new all-time high. The S&P was going up and up and up. New all-time high, new all-time high, new all-time high, new all-time high, boom, another new all-time high, and we're now into Thursday's trading session. So 18% up on the year does not pay to be fearful in a bull market, because bear markets don't come around all that often. 2022 was the last one. I've shown other data whereby having a red year, 2022, then a green year, and then the probabilities of another red year after that are almost zero. You have to go back past 1960s to find a red, green, red year. So I'm not planning on 2024 being a red year. Could be wrong. We need our invalidation points, but when you just look at the data, it seems pretty unlikely. So this is all part of this never happening to Bitcoin or crypto in the cycle, right? We're at new all-time highs for almost everything. We've got new all-time high on the S&P 500. This is the VIX. I'm going to come back to this because this is a really, really important chart to have a look at. So let's have a look at the NASDAQ now. Again, yesterday, new all-time high price. And again, there's only a few stocks leading the charge at the moment, but eventually the laggards will likely catch up. So you want to be on the strong stuff that's leading the market. So NASDAQ up, new all-time high. Check that out. New all-time high, new all-time high, new all-time high, all-time high, all-time high. Apple, obviously one of the biggest companies in the world, leading the charge, new all-time highs, 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 highs. Amazon in new all-time highs. Google, new all-time high. We want to look at Facebook, trading around new all-time highs. Microsoft, trading above new all-time highs, or in that zone there. These are all new all-time high prices here. We're basically going to the Friday 5th, and then just below those at the moment, Nvidia, $135, getting very close to the previous old tops, and basically the second highest close in history. Tesla, 263, not new all-time highs, but there was a lot of people trying to short Tesla, and they have been crushed. Let me do that again. Crushed. Shorts are getting crushed. Sorry about those guys who are listening to this on earphones, but it does not pay to be fearful or bearish in a macro bull market. There are going to be some stocks and cryptos that are going down. Well, forget cryptos, a lot of them go down all the time. There are going to be things that go down, but why keep trying to fight it? Why keep trying to be a hero pro trader that tries to short everything when it's breaking out to the upside? Just make it easy for yourself and go with the trend. The trend is your friend. We've got the Dow Jones. It is less than 1% away from a new all-time high. We've got the Japanese Nikkei, so the stock market of Japan, one of the biggest economies in the world. Yes, their yen is going down. Maybe that's why the stock market's going up. But where would you rather put your money? Would you rather keep it in yen and hold on to that yen while it's going down, or would you rather put it into some assets that are going up to appreciate, to try our best to retain that purchasing power? That's probably the reason here, and people love to argue the point, but it's at a new all-time high price. Wouldn't you much rather be making 5% over the last few days as the market soars to new 34-year highs than holding on to your yen? You know, new all-time high here in Japan. New all-time high in India, and the Nifty. That was just yesterday. A new all-time high there at 24,500 points. Why does India matter? Well, China matters, and India is another major emerging market. So it's almost like there is a risk tolerance out there to be investing in countries and economies that are doing well through this part of Europe. We didn't forget about Europe. Euro Stoxx 50. So the top 50 in Europe is just short of the 2000 top here by about 10%. So here is the price, there is the top, 11.5%, call it 12%, just short of a new all-time high as well. So this has never happened in the history of Bitcoin and crypto, of the top 50 in Europe also being so high. Yeah, sure, they've got plenty of old economies, and it's pretty much just led by Germany, France, UK, and then of course a few others in there as well. But nonetheless, you're still seeing a macro bull market across the globe. That's what this is about. Winner's curse phase is happening across the world. It broke out of, you can see here, the resistance right through the middle there, broke out, looks like it's retesting now, you know, the breakout and then a retest to the upper side, and then looking to head here. We are back at the VIX. Let's hope this holds out for us. Essentially, these spikes, the volatility in the VIX shows the times that the S&P 500 corrected. Now, it doesn't have to be significant corrections either. You can see these corrections here in 2011, 2010, 2015, 2018, and then that's 2020. We can leave that aside. These are just pretty insignificant corrections to give us these big spikes in the volatility index, so the VIX. Now, this is what I have coined the bull market zone, somewhere around 11 to 17. I posted about this in 2022 while other analysts were trying to call for another correction, another major crash for the S&P 500 as they tried to interpret the VIX. I think this is, well, from what I can see from my analysis, this is one of the easiest ways to interpret it, is just to look at the volatility and that it stays in this zone it can stay in this zone for many, many years. And it has done now. It just broke into it in May 2023, and we've been in this zone now for over 12 months. And I suspect it'll remain mostly in this bull market zone that I've coined here for the foreseeable future, looking at our winner's curse phase. So that's a look at the VIX there. Another reason for this further upside, and how this hasn't happened in Bitcoin's history, where we got, again, new all-time highs and basically low volatility on the S&P 500. Over to the US dollar. This is also starting to show a little bit of weakness again. So if we were to see the US dollar fall, that might then bring on, it will help the asset prices. Basically, if the US dollar is higher, it's a bit more pressure on asset prices. When the US dollar falls, there's a little less pressure on other assets, in particular commodities. And Bitcoin is trading a little bit like a commodity. Some would argue that even better than gold. So if it is in that camp of being a commodity, well, then you would want to see the US dollar continue to fall. That might be another fantastic narrative for the price increase of Bitcoin, and then eventually some more of that money flowing out into cryptos. The same thing happens across all these markets I've just shown you, where you've got a lot of profits being made or eventually being made. Investors, traders, they like to take a little bit of those profits off and then try to find something that might give them bigger returns. That is the greed phase of the winner's curse phase. It's a winner's curse. You are a winner in the market, in the S&P 500. You'll be a winner in your stocks that you're picking. You'll be a winner in Japan, a winner in India, a winner in Europe, if this wanted to show up. Essentially, the markets are going up. You take your profits, throw them into another asset class, like crypto perhaps, and it doesn't have to be much because we know that the markets are very, very small in crypto, and then you start to see a lot of gains for no other reason than people are making money and they want to find somewhere else to make more money because they think they're heroes. We all think we're heroes when we're making money in the markets. There's your winner's curse phase. Also, the cryptos we'll cover in a future video, but still looking in a healthy position. I think I've loaded you with enough info and potentially hopium for this video. I hope to see you back at the next one. And if you guys are wondering, I'm over in Kandui in the Mentawais trying to pick up my surfing game. Definitely humbles me over here, or in surfing in general. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge, and I'll see you guys back at the next video. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe to the channel, TI Premium in the top of the video description, and I'll see you back whenever the surf is not pumping. All right, take care and peace out.